Yeah, you spoke about those times, 2008, and then during COVID, again market crashed so big time, and that was another time. But these are the times. They may be painful times, but these are the times which really give us lessons. And if one can hold patience during those times, people reap rich rewards. I have seen like people who have been able to hold through 2008 and during COVID times. And I will refer to one more time, like post Y2K. During that time also, like dot-com bust happened, and like dot-com bust happened. So if people were able to sustain and hold patience during these periods, market has rewarded them rich time, big time. If people have been able to, so these have been testing times. But if people were able to hold patience, hold their nerves, market has rewarded them very well. It's not, and that's where people like me and you need to guide people, that holding nerves, guiding them through these tough times, our role becomes important. So what are your thoughts on that?
Indeed, Dinesh, investing or wealth creation journey is not bed of roses, and for sure this is not a linear journey कि जहाँ पे आपको 10% 12% हर साल 10 साल रिटर्न मिलते रहेंगे. No, if that is something one is expecting a bed of roses or a smooth linear journey, one should be out of this market for sure. And there are a lot of different things to do, better things to do rather than equities, because everything has its own inherent nature. Everything in life. I'm accidental Vivek. I have got my own inherent nature. Dinesh has got its own way of looking at things, dealing with things. So stock markets have their inherent nature of being fluctuative, being volatile. That's the inherent nature of the stock market. And unless we accept the market the way it is, and not even accept, hug it with love, compassion, and passion, markets are not going to give returns. And see, we need to be a little mindful in during COVID times. It's easy to say now, actually. During COVID times, I was as scared as anybody else. But very simple things. During COVID, it was not too much of a trauma. It was more of a personal suffering, because when you need to look at a larger picture, when the entire world is suffering, there has to be a solution. See, if one country, if India, Pakistan is at war, then it's a thing of concern for both India and Pakistan. Ukraine and Russia, yes, there's a thing of concern. Hamas, Israel, that area, yes, it's a thing of concern for these two nations. But when the entire world is suffering, humanity has to find a way to come out. Or if the entire humanity can't collectively find a way out, then collectively all of us are going to enjoy the journey towards happiness, towards death. So then nothing to worry. If it's you, me, and my parosi, and my rishtedar, and family, and friends, and foe, and whatnot, the stock market, everything is going to go away. So enjoy the journey, no? It's easier said than done. Now it's easy to say.
Yeah,
But yes,
there was a time during COVID wave when even I was thinking probably the whole world is going to end. But then I was thinking that if the whole world is going to end, anyway, money won't matter. Why be scared about money? So I was thinking that way.
yeah, you're with family, so enjoy the best of the time with family. I actually never knew I'm fond of cooking. That was the time I got to know that I've got the skill of I've got culinary skills. So, and unfortunately, after that, I'm the one who cooks at home now. So, so the day, so the day maid is not at home. She's on leave. So my wife Sushma, she just looks at me. Okay, so आज क्या बना रहे हो? And but yes, that's what who I am. Accidental Vivek, and I love cooking as well.
Yeah, like COVID taught us a lot of things. But yeah, it should have taught us lesson that money is important, but being alive, being healthy, being mentally and physically fit, being with family, that's more important. So money is important to take care of all those things, but it should have taught us how to put things in perspective. But we forget these kind of lessons very easily. So back to square one. But anyway, let's get to talking about a little about money management. So how does it happen, Vivek? If someone comes to you talking about that, okay, I need to manage my money, how to go about embark on the journey of financial planning. How do you start it? What are the starting points that you work with?
Dinesh, the moment I meet any individual, I first try to understand the person as to who he is, in the sense what exactly, how he thinks, what he thinks, where he as a person, as an individual, and where he as a family person, where he and or what he aspires to achieve in life, what are the goals that he intend to achieve. Once I am able to understand these things, during the process I also tell them about myself, because this is a financial journey is a very near dear and personal journey, whereby whereby it is a matter of trust as to when a person is sharing his hard earned money, because that's the most important asset. Because the moment we get up in the morning till the time we sleep, the most of the mind is occupied by this one single thought of earning more. So this is so near that we spend almost 70-80% of our aware time working for money. So it is so near. So we need to build that trust association relationship with the one who wishes to invest with us for their life goals. So once that trust happens, I am able to understand their aspirations, their goals. Then I understand as to what all they have done up till that day. I check the asset allocation, help them with managing their balance sheet, their cash flow situation, and so basically we call this process as taking up a financial selfie, as what they do, how they do, their financial being, and it is being shared with them as to their existing things, where these things are going to take them, what's the end result that they can expect out of these options which are already existing, and what else can be done so that they are able to conveniently reach their life goals. So understanding where they are, understanding who they are, and where they aspire to go are these three simple steps that we follow.
So developing this understanding, typically, how much time does it take? Like with a person, if a person comes to you, because you are saying initially understanding that person's profile, nature, goals, aspirations, you may need to hold multiple rounds of discussion. It can't happen in one round probably. So with a typical client, how much time you are able to establish this thing and then create a financial plan for him or her?
You are right. This is a dynamic process, Dinesh. It is very difficult to quantify time, but for sure, this happens in the first meeting itself. Because if I'm not able to understand the person, and if I'm not able to give my perspective to the person who's come for advice in the first meeting, then it will never happen. This is what I strongly feel. And my feeling, I'm always happy to be wrong because I'm accidental, Vivek. I'm never shy to accepting my mistakes, but this is the way I am. The first meeting, for sure, there has to be a connect. I should be able to communicate who I am to the so-called customer. We start with customers and ultimately we turn out to be friends. So if I'm not able to communicate who I am or what I can do for the other person, means I don't remember a single meeting where we go in the second meeting to keep the perspective clear. Yes, the steps to be followed in the subsequent meetings does take place. So at times understanding or the entire thing may take 1 hour or may take up to 2.5, 3 hours. But in the first meeting, yes, this has to be done set clear. If it doesn't happen in the first one, then it never happens, as far as I go.